Hey, welcome to another short update from Spain. Alright guys, so we talked last week already a bit how the apartment is slowly coming together and I'm settling in, and the same process still continues. So as I said, one Amazon shipping at a time basically. And the same is still kind of true. There are so many things that you just realize that you need them after living here for a while and then realizing, well, I need that, but I don't have it, so let's get a couple of those together. And a good example is actually that I needed something for my washing machine now too. Because there's a bit of a story that I forgot last week. So I already told you about how the cable guy came in and just provided me with the internet that I needed, and he actually like ran the cable on the outside of the apartment and then drilled it inside. So at the same time, while the guy was doing all of that, I was washing a load of clothes. And the problem is that I have a top loader, because top loaders are a little bit smaller than the normal front loading washing machines, and so the bathroom that I have is a bit smaller and it fits neatly behind the door. And that washing machine actually came with the apartment, so that was already pre-installed. The problem with that thing is that it is incredibly loud, especially once it starts spinning towards the end of the washing cycle. That thing literally jumps around in the apartment, and at one point I was honestly terrified that it would break the floor or damage anything else, so it was kind of crazy. But that happened at the same time that the guy was doing all the work with the cable, so the internet guy was here. And so the one thing that I forgot to tell you is that halfway into that process, when he was here for half an hour, the door rings, and the cable guy looks at me and is like, for you, for me? I was like, I don't know. I was like, alright, let's check that out. So I go to the door, and right in front of it, there's like this angry guy standing there, and I'm like, okay, what do you want from me? And so he immediately starts speaking to me in Spanish, and I'm just like, dude, lo siento, no hablo español. Like, I don't speak Spanish, like, I'm sorry. And he's like, oh, huffing and puffing a little bit, and he's like, but do you speak English? And I'm like, yeah, I speak English. It's like, okay, now we're on common ground here. But at the same time that I say that, all of a sudden the cable guy looks around the corner, says something in Spanish, and boy did they go at it. Bam! Immediately, both of them, going full hardcore Spanish mode at a pace that I can't keep up with even if I try to. People call me sometimes going rap god mode in the cast. I tell you one thing, that was angry Latina mode right there. These guys were hammering it out. I was just standing there, I was like, alright, fuck it, I'm out of there. Like, I can't contribute anything here. So at some point, they apparently solved the problem, so it looked like the guy was a neighbor of mine, and he thought that because of the drilling, that there are still some major works being done in the apartment, and apparently there was a bit of an issue throughout the last year. And so he came up expecting that there are workers busy in the apartment right now, didn't realize that someone already lived in there, and there were just minor things to be done. So the problem was solved, he was okay again, and it was fine. But I figured out at some point that he probably just thought all that because the washing machine just kept hammering in the background the entire time and completely bodied the floor, and the guy lives underneath me. In the apartment underneath. So yeah, so at the end of the day, I went there, got a bottle of wine in one of the markets here, a halfway decent one, and I apologized for all of that, and basically also told him that with the washing machine I still have to test that out. And that's where the Amazon shipping comes into play, because I just bought myself one of these rubber mats that you can put underneath things, and I hope that dampens the sound a little bit. But I can definitely do without angry neighbors standing at my door all the time thinking that I'm trying to kill someone in the apartment or that I'm trying to just like dig through the floor there. So slowly and steadily, there's also a routine developing for myself. I mean, one of the things, for example, that happened today, I went to the gym for the second time in 2 months because finally I signed up at a gym. It's a little bit difficult to do that when you don't know where you're going to live. So for the longest time, I couldn't really do anything in regards to workouts, and now I have to slowly get back into my workout routine again. Still cycling, of course, and cycling here is absolutely awesome. I have my little cycling group for social things, and it's pretty amazing with a bike in the background I can see here. And we went to a spot on Sunday which is called Oronet, and it's roughly 30 kilometers outside of Valencia, and it's a pretty awesome climb, and I'm going to PR the shit out of that thing soon. It's a really, really fun climb, and I'm going to absolutely kill myself trying to break my records going up that thing. If you want to follow that process and you want to check the last ride out, you can do that on Strava, of course. I linked the profile already in the last video. I'm going to do that again today here, so you can have a look at that. But yeah, it's pretty fun, and I learn new routes every time I ride with these guys here. I'm getting to know new people, riding with more of them, and it's pretty amazing. And by the way, the picture that you can currently see here as the background is a picture that I took when I was riding along the coast. So this is at the end of the ride when I turned around to head back to Valencia. And that was, there's a little bit of a hill, and apparently when you go a bit higher, there's a castle or something along those lines. And the view is what you see when you're at the turnaround point and you start riding back towards the city. Brilliant scenery. Really, really nice. In total, I think it was an 80-kilometer ride, and I think I averaged like 32 kilometers per hour there. I was pretty happy with that. Again, slowly starting to get my form back, not only on the bike, but also, of course, at the gym. It's going to take a little bit, but yeah, one step at a time. That being said, I also mentioned one thing in last week's video, and I want to talk about that again because people here are just nuts. So, as I said, there is this traditional festival in the middle of March. It's called Fallas in Valencia. And that week is supposed to be absolutely insane. And the more I hear about it, the more I think people in the city where I currently live in are crazy. But the entire lead up to it, I underestimated that slightly. So again, Fallas is in the middle of March, but until then, from the beginning of March, so from the first one, they have daily fireworks here. And I actually have a video for you guys that I took when I checked out the last one. So you can see this here. Now, this was taken at night. There's one firework that is at midnight, but traditionally, every day, they're currently having fireworks, very similar to the one that you're seeing here, at 2 p.m. in the middle of the city, in the inner city, on a big plaza. All the roads are closed off for the cars. And the one thing that doesn't really come across in the video, I mean, first of all, the colors are a lot better when you watch it live than in the video. I was a little bit disappointed that it didn't get caught the same way. But what the video misses is you actually don't hear those insane explosions, because the pretty lights of all of this, it's only a small part. The entire concept is more so to make a huge ruckus and just a massive noise through the explosions themselves. Half of that thing runs 8 minutes or so. This is only like a 1 or 2 minute clip. But half of it is actually just massive explosion on the ground level that more or less shakes the ground, and your clothes are literally just like moving on their own. So it's a pretty insane setup, and that's every single day right now. People in the streets are just partying the entire time, walking around, having trumpets and other stuff, making noise. People are throwing more firecrackers onto the ground the entire time. Actually, on Sunday, they gathered at 8 o'clock in one of the roundabouts here. At least 60-70 people, and just firecrackers everywhere for half an hour, and it's basically the Sunday morning wake-up call. People here are nuts. It's really fun, and I'm already looking forward to Fallas, but it's honestly a little bit crazy. So yeah, crazy setup that these guys are running here, but it's pretty brilliant. I mean, more videos like this and also pictures, you can check those out on Instagram as well, with sound if you want. So Instagram.com/Khaldor, I think. You're gonna find the account there. I'm probably gonna link it in the video description too. With that said, went to the beach for the first time. So quick picture of a few friends of mine going to the beach here, which is actually pretty nice. I expected that to be either too cold or too hot, because the weather is changing a lot in the morning. It's cold, and then it's heating up pretty crazily during the midday. But the beach is amazing at this point. There's a nice breeze going. You can just chill out, hang out. Tons of people there already. So really having a blast. It was the first time that I actually went to the beach in Valencia. This week I'm also going to get my first paella. We decided to wait a bit and not just simply get one of those tourist paellas in the middle of the inner city, but go to a proper place to experience the Valencian paella. Obviously I had paella in the past, but yeah. So yeah, that's currently what's happening here. Again, trying to build a routine up. Outside of me in Spain, there's also a few more things when it comes to Heroes of the Storm casting, obviously. So Meta Madness is back on the 23rd and the 24th. I'm going to do another video during this week, going a little bit more about Meta Madness, what that is, but you can watch it, what the rules currently are. But everybody who knows the tournament format is probably already a bit hyped about that, so mark that date in your calendar. But this upcoming weekend, we have another tournament. We have the Nut Cup, so if you always wanted to catch the live stream, never really got the chance, this weekend there's an opportunity. Saturday and Sunday, the Nut Cup consists of most of the Division S teams. They're going to play against each other there. The tournament is on 2 days and starts each day on 2 p.m. CET. So definitely check that out if you want to. Twitch.tv/Khaldor is going to be the channel, so you're welcome to join live. But of course, I'm going to upload those videos to the channel too. With that said, there's a few more stories. There's a couple of things with trying to learn Spanish here still. Obviously, still slow, week by week, trying to get a bit better here. But I'm going to tell you about that next week. So that's it for today's video. Hope that you guys have a fantastic week. Enjoy it. I'm going to see you at the weekend for the Nut Cup. And if not, then on the videos here on YouTube. And as usual, if you want to support the channel, make sure that you not only subscribe to the channel, also hit that like button, not only in this video, but also on the casts. Usually I don't talk about it here, but it definitely helps a lot if people like the videos that they watch. Of course, always assuming that you enjoy them. Alright, that's it. Enjoy your week. Have a good one. I'm going to see you guys soon. Bye-bye.